TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform stores where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.
Before Zion went out because of injuries, this man was dominating. This young stud was box office. I expect him to be in the All-Star game this year. I expect him to make a lot of noise. I expect him to average around 24, 25 points, 12 rebounds a night this season. Look, he looks in phenomenal shape. He's been out for an entire season almost. He had his time over the offseason to get his mind right. And guess what? He got his lettuce. Now that he secured the bag, there's nothing left for him to do but go out there and hoop. And again, he got the pieces around him.
That puts a smile on your face, Ramona. I mean, I think All-Star is where that's where you think about him this year. All-NBA, he definitely has that ability, but that's a crowded field there in the All-NBA team, especially that forward position right now. Maybe he could nudge Pascal Siakam out of that spot, but that's already a crowded field because there's only 6 forwards that can make it.
You know what? I think the conference finals, we have to remember they were a game 7 away from beating the Phoenix Suns, and they wasn't even healthy. Now this team has experience. We watched the emergence of Brandon Ingram. We watched what C.J. McCollum did for the team, and we watched Jose come in and do his thing, right? Picking up 94 feet. They have the pieces. They have perimeter defense. And look, let's not leave this out. When it comes down to Coach Willie Green, right? He's one of the best young coaches in the game right now. He has the respect of their locker room. They have Big Valanciunas down there, a walking double that's banging down low. This team could sneak up and be in the conference finals this year, especially in the West.
All right. Good. That's old Perkins, man, talking all of this stuff. Total difference than what he was not too long ago at the back end of the season. But for all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican Post-Game Report. Much love to the fan. Appreciate y'all tuning into this installment of the Pelican Post-Game Report called The Pelicans Are Dangerous This Year, which is a very tough statement to make. But guess what? We said that last year before it all materialized, because we knew, looking at the team, when the pieces come together and everything worked as well, we knew they would have success. And we see that a lot of the buzz around the team, and it's unlike previous years, DC, where it could be justified. No restrictions on our players. They all practicing together. They all, Zion got paid. B.I. got his bread. CJ got his bread. Everybody feeling good. A lot of the players like Big V, Billy Hernan Gomez, Jose, Most of those guys had really good off seasons in the professional leagues and international play, and the Pelicans put it all together this year. Herb Jones spent a lot of time in the facility working out, so the Pelicans doing their best
A
bet
lot
to
of
put the
time.
team together.
He spent all his time at the facility.
Right. So, and speaking of spending all of his time in his facility, DC is coming in straight from Jamaica. His internet ain't that good, so y'all bear with DC. And shout out to the fam for being in this thing. Appreciate each and every last one of y'all as we back on Fridays, baby. It's been a while, DC, since me and my dog DC was able to chime in with the family members. So we'll go over several news, notes, and items at today's broadcast, and then we'll open up the lines of communication and allow the family members to chime in and talk about those Pelicans. So shout out to all of the family members in the building. Big shout out to y'all. Hit the like button.
Can you stop lying though? Talking about I'm in Jamaica. You know goddamn well I was in London. I went over there with the Saints, bro.
My bad.
Telling people I was in Jamaica. I was in London, bro.
You went over there with the Saints, so you left before
I had
they
to
played?
go high five. No,
so you left before they played because
I didn't leave. I didn't leave with them that night.
So now you just allowed
man.
it.
What you mean I left before they played?
So
I went out there to go check out the Red Rifle. I had to see the Red Rifle up close and personal, dog.
And then you got on the plane and came
they
back.
Took that boy out the gun shelf. I had to go check that out. What'd you say?
Did you come back before? So you back? Where are you at now?
Oh, look at the illustrious establishment I'm in, man. I'm back home right now.
So you left?
I done came back home already, bro. I ain't had time to make the game. The Pelicans practice was more important than the game, bro.
So why did you spend all that money to go over there just to look at a practice and the game coming up on Sunday?
Because I had to see the Red Rifle come out the gun shelf. That was a special occasion, bro.
I hear you, DC. Here we go, family.
Had to check it out, bro.
All right, okay, there you go.
Had to check it out, man. Live and in person, bro.
All right, so we're gonna get into it, family, as DC's internet appears to be holding up right now. Shout out to DC and his goddamn internet. All right, so anyway, let's get into the first article right here.
That rum cake was good, Marlon. It was good, Marl. That rum cake, dog.
DC probably sound like he done ate a shitload of rum cake, man. All right, here we go. Zion Williamson looked amazing and dominated team scrimmage, says Coach.
I had some other type of cake. I ain't had the rum cake.
All right, DC, calm down, settle down. All right, so the Pelicans open training camp on Tuesday with the 2 practices and the morning session.
You started this shit.
But the morning session was lighter. Say, bro, you want to read or what? What you doing? The evening session had a portion that was going to be the first intense 5-on-5 work.
I can't see. I ain't got my glasses.
Yeah, I hear you. One would expect someone to have some rust in the situation, but Williamson just isn't someone. So a lot of people was talking about how good Zion looked. He told reporters on Tuesday he was excited about the 5-on-5 practice because as much as he could work out during the offseason, it was hard to simulate 5-on-5 work against the highly talented players. He says what stood out was his force more than anything, said Coach Willie. He got down the floor quickly. When he caught the ball, he made quick decisions, whether it was scoring, finding a teammate. It was really impressive to see. Williamson's teammates said he took full advantage of the work that he was able to be put in. And it looks like Pelicans forward Larry Nance said, dude hasn't played basketball for 500-something days. It's not like none of us are expecting that right away. But shoot, I got to be honest with you, dude looks good. It's just going to take some time for everybody to adjust to him. It's going to take some time to adjust to everybody, but he's hard not to be impressed. So Nance spoke to Williamson in the locker room afterward and asked him if he realized that he didn't miss a shot. Williamson told him he didn't think about it. So Green said the Pelicans mostly use their projected starting lineup in scrimmages, which is Williamson, CJ McCollum, B.I. Herb, and Big V. Fierce. But we'll switch things up some Wednesday night when they return to the floor for the second of 2 days. And of course, this is just a small part of it as we played the interviews. We had the interviews uploaded to the channel for the family members to listen to in their entirety with Coach Willie. All right, Trey Murphy and Jose were a part of last year's rookie class. Jones got their first real look on court with Williamson. He said strong, very strong. That's what Trey Murphy said about him. Alvarado said it didn't look like Williamson had missed much time at all. I think Z is such a special player, but a player we can adapt to. He doesn't need the ball right away. He'll find his way. He adapted really well. It looked like he's playing with us for a while. He's been playing with us for a while. So it's interesting. But, Zion Williamson is a natural. He's just one of those guys that just naturally is a natural at what he does. And, of course, what makes it really interesting about the whole thing, DC, is the fact that Zion Williamson and the Pelicans getting that practice time together. The fact that, remember, the biggest part about the Pelicans moving to the season is that they're operating as a team, as opposed to one player get the ball, everybody get out of the way. There'll be sometimes where Zion will command a double, maybe triple team, which will open up and make things a lot easier for everybody else in turn himself. So he don't have to be forced to win games by himself. They'll play as a team. This is probably, and I was thinking about it. We talked about this. This team here, the Pelicans assembled on paper, is probably the greatest team that they ever put together. And this is on paper, yet they have yet to win games.
Probably.
Yes, but on paper, DC, this is probably one of the greatest teams that I've ever seen the Pelicans organization assemble, bench and all. So we're going to talk about that. Thoughts on that. We're going to move forward after you finish talking about it, bro.
Well, I mean, first of all, bro, on a serious note, man, probably is a understatement, but I get it. But this is the best team that the Pels have ever put together. The talent we got, man, based off of what they've already done, even barring injury, man. I mean, they can't do anything but excel, or at the very least, achieve what they've done last year. I mean, you're looking at a group that's extremely young. They locked up for the future. I don't see how this wouldn't be the best team we've ever assembled. But far as what's going on right now, man, and looking at everything in those practices, all is on the up and up. There's a lot of hype surrounding Zion. And I see my man with an LL in the chat talking about how everybody was talking about us. Now, all of a sudden, they're kissing our ass. And that's basically what's going on. You know what I mean? Everybody is basically acting like they wasn't saying what they were saying last year. You know what I mean? So the Pels are going to be a force to be reckoned with. All we hearing about right now is a bunch of Zion talk, Zion this, Zion that. Rightfully so. I'm pretty sure he's dominating. He's in some of the best shape of his life. He looks at least in Duke shape or better. He looked almost like that same guy. Then you got all the added experience he's had over the last 3-4 years. You got a force to be reckoned with. But they're not talking about all the other guys that we've been watching, family over here in the flock. We've been watching the emergence of Trey Murphy. We've seen what that guy did in the summer league. The short time that Dyson Daniels had, he looked like he could potentially be pretty good. Jose Alvarado was over there with the USA team. You know what I mean? His shot looks like it's a lot better. He's a lot more confident. You're hearing about that in practice. Herb Jones has locked himself in the facility and has not gone home. He maybe took a couple of days off to go fishing, he said. You know what I mean? You got BI, who is almost no coverage of, or nobody's really talking about, other than the fact we see BI working with Fred Vincent again. So guess what? It's going to be a bunch of threes this year. You got Jonas Valanciunas, who's over there in the EuroLeague, right with Billy Herman Gomez, who won the MVP. So we got a lot of other guys that are also doing things to improve their game. Everybody knows the offense now. Coach Willie Green is an amazing coach. He's going to improve. It's all on the up and up, man. So it's going to be something to see. And I'm saying it right now, Big Q. This is the best team we've ever assembled, man. And by far, I mean, the closest team, I guess, that can come to this one would probably be two of them. 2018 Pels, when we went and we mopped the floor with the Blazers. And the only other team I could kind of put up there would be the Crescent City Connection with Chris Paul and Tyson Chandler and Pargo and who else am I missing on that team? I think we had Page on there, David West. That's a pretty good squad, man. They actually advanced the furthest we've ever been in the playoffs. And this year, if everything goes correctly, the Pels will surpass that.
Well, DC, that's why I said it could be on paper, my friend. It could be on paper. They have yet to play a game, but I'm with you on that, man. This team here is out of world. And we said it last year before they were totally where I said when they put them all together, this is going to be ridiculous. But anyway, let's keep it bucking, man. We're gonna go into the next one right here.
Say, Adam, I ain't been hearing anything about Jackson Hayes, man. I've been looking for it, bro. I've seen a few of the family members. Anthony Davis was actually at the practice, and they were asking him questions. And I was on his Twitter reading some of his answers, man. He was saying stuff about everybody. they asked him a question about how Jackson Hayes was looking, and he didn't say anything. He just acted like they didn't ask the question. So I didn't take that as good. The only thing I've seen with Jackson Hayes, his shot looks to be better. I've seen him like in some practice video I was looking over where he's hitting some 3-pointers, but that's basically it.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, I was just doing a little search myself, and I ain't see anything right away. I'm going to keep digging though. Anyway, let's get to the next one. Brandon Ingram will adjust with Zion Williamson. How will they adjust getting back together there? And of course, this is from Keller Strauss at the Pelican debrief. As a lot of the key to the Pelican success will be the acclimation between the games of Bi and Zion Williamson. And of course, we add the rest of the family members, the teammates into this situation, but really you'll be looking at that combo having success. So could they be one of the best duels in the NBA, man? The way Bi been looking, man, I have to say so. If healthy, this pair could easily be the NBA's highest scoring teammates, and they've already shown that they can complement each other in games. But Ingram, we saw last season, was not the same we saw the last time. You see, Zion Williamson played. So as Bi was more of a facilitator and was the team's top scoring option. The stats didn't change much as Bi averaged over 23 points a game, 5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and 81 games with Zion, not far off the averages from last season when they didn't play together at all. Now, it's not the overall numbers that will change, but how Ingram gets them, which will be different now that Zion is healthy and back in the lineup. So Bi and Zion back together. If you compare Ingram's stats from last season with his stats with Zion in the lineup, there isn't a whole lot of difference. Ingram actually scored slightly more than Zion in the lineup, which you might not expect, while his rebounds and assists ticked up with Zion in there, which you would expect. But one stat that stands out is that Ingram only took over 4 attempts per game from the 3-point range last season, connecting on 32% of them, which was his worst percentage since his rookie season. Now, in 81 games Ingram played with Zion, he averaged 6.2 attempts from long range and hit 38% of them. So Ingram not only shot more, but made more 3-point shots in the games he played with Zion. Now, Ingram can dominate in the mid-range. When he's feeling it, he almost is unstoppable, as he was. He's had the wingspan to shoot over just about anyone. But now Zion is going to be back, taking up a lot of the space. So Bi is going to have to drift back out to the 3-point line at times, which should lead to few more 3-point attempts per contest. Now, Ingram is smart enough to notice. This is why I wasn't surprised to see him working with the shot doctor, Fred Vincent, yesterday in practice. Now, with Zion back and McCollum on board for the whole season, Ingram doesn't have to be the team's only playmaker as he was for much of last season. Now, he can play more off ball and take few more long range, which is something the Pelicans need. And I expect to see Ingram closer to the 6 or 7 3-point attempts this season after spending most of last year operating exclusively from the mid at DC. So this is a part of the stop with Ingram adjusting to the game of Bi. Ingram adjusting to Zion being back on the court. And remember, with the little footage that we did have of them when they did play together, they looked really good together. But this is a different level when you put Zion where he is now and Bi, his maturation of carrying the team in many stretches last year together. The mindset is different, DC, for both these men. And of course, everybody feels better when they get their bread. So that's what we're dealing with. Let's talk about it.
Most definitely, man. I mean, you got all the business side out the way. Getting your bread is definitely up there. And everybody in the starting lineup is pretty much solidified in that aspect. But you also got Zion coming back. And I mean, Zion is a very unique player, man. He can do a lot. He basically can score from anywhere on the interior. And that's going to create a different look for Bi. But the most important thing, I think, with Bi is we're looking at his 3-point percentage from last year. And I mean, he faced a lot of double teams, man. The defense was basically honing in on him. So those shots were a lot harder. I think his 3-point percentage would definitely just go up by default of getting easier shots. Yep. I also saw him working with Fred Vincent, and it looks like he's working on a quicker release. His shot looks to be coming out a little faster, man. I don't know if he perfected it yet or if it's something he's been working on and he's just going to continuously keep going with that. But I think we're going to see a very huge step from Bi and Zion as a duo. I think it's going to look different than what we saw with Stan Van Gundy when it was kind of your turn, my turn type thing. and it'll probably be a little more fluid, but it's definitely going to take some time because you got to work Zion back in. We all know the monster that he is, but Zion hasn't played with Trey Murphy, hasn't played with Herb Jones, Jose Alvarado, Jonas Valanciunas. He ain't played with CJ McCullough. You know what I mean? So it's like it's pretty much going to be business as usual for everybody else. And Zion's got to kind of fit in the beginning, but after that, the team is going to have to basically mold and adapt to him because he has the best skill set and he's probably the most athletically gifted player we have on the floor and the guy with the most potential on our whole team. And he's basically a generational superstar. So as you see the season go on, I'm anticipating on everything ramping up, and you kind of want Zion to go into beast mode, so to speak, all the way in maybe the middle of the season, and you ride that all the way into the playoffs. But for BI, it's definitely going to create an opportunity for him to become the guy that we all want him to become, being somebody that can have that mid-range game and extend it out to the three-point line. If BI can find a way to hit those same shots that he hits from 18 to 19 feet, but maybe from not deep out the three-point line, but there's a lot of them toe touches and have a similar game there, man, I'm telling you, watch out. You're looking at a top 10 player if he can achieve that. Maybe he doesn't fully achieve it this year, but that's the next step for him. And you can see he's already working on it. And the main thing he has to do is to be able to knock down, catch and shoot threes, which I don't think he has a problem with, but also threes where the defense is attacking. So it's going to be some pump fakes or some quick releases because guys are going to try to run at him and put some hands in his face. He might not get a bunch of double teams on the three-point line, but they're not just going to leave BI by itself.
Yeah, it's gonna be an adjustment, but I'm confident that Coach Willie figures this thing out, DC. So let's get into our final article right here, fam. How high can the Pelicans climb in the Western Conference? This was something that Pelican Debrief covered a couple of months ago. About the Pelicans and how far can they go. Pelicans finished on a high note last season, battling their way through the tournament to claim the 8th seed in the Western Conference. Zion Williamson returning to go along with rookie Dyson Daniels. And full seasons with CJ McCollum and Larry Nance, optimism abounds in New Orleans. Unlike last season when expectations were crushed by the abysmal start, the Pelicans will enter the season with their eyes on the NBA championship so early on, a lot of pressure on that thought process. We want a deep playoff run, and I know that a lot of people see the Pelicans as a potential contender, but this team has to gel, and that might take, might take a little bit for them to get there. I don't think it's a long process, but they are talented, but they're going to take some time to kind of gel to get to know each other. So that's something we have to remember too. Now, the Western Conference is open as has ever been with no clear-cut favorite heading into the season. Pelicans, how high can they climb in the standing? So this is Kellen Strauss's thought process. Pelicans should stay ahead of these teams. And he listed the 8 clubs, which is the Houston Rockets, who the Rockets are an intriguing group of young talent for sure. I think they will be frisky, but are still probably a year away from making real noise, way more than a year. OKC there, Chet got hurt, one of their top picks right there. So they'll be fun to look at, but nobody expected much out of them. The Portland Trailblazers will add in Jeremy Grant make that big of a difference to the team that's struggling mightily last season. Will Dame Lillard be healthy? A lot of questions in Portland. Sacramento continues to struggle. The Kings made a big trade last season, adding rookie Keegan Murray along with the trio of shooters. The Kings could be interesting this season, but until I see otherwise, they are still the Kings. The Lakers, talk about question mark. The Lakers obviously have 2 of the best players in the NBA when they are healthy, but will they be? LeBron is entering his 500th season, and Anthony Davis gets hurt brushing his teeth. They didn't really add anything to make me think that they're going to be differently unless 70 plus healthy games from duo. The Pelicans own their pick, so hoping to see the Lakers slide even more. The Utah Jazz have already traded away Rudy Gobert, and reportedly they got rid of Donovan Mitchell. This was, they went to Cleveland. We know that. So, where the Utah Jazz at? The Spurs
the bottom. They're trying to get Victor Waman Baker, how do you pronounce his name?
Traded away your boy Bogdanovic, got him up out of there. The Spurs are apparently rebuilding after trading starting guard DeJounte Murray and they have a lot of young talent, but it feels like they'll take a step back this season after losing Murray. You can never count out the Spurs, and Popovich will have a young team playing hard. He will, no doubt about it. So the crowded West, all right, the Pelicans in the crowded West. You got Dallas there, DC. So the Mavericks have lost Jalen Brunson and added Christian Wood, a move that probably isn't going to move the needle.
And then said Christian Wood gonna be the sixth man. I don't think that's gonna go over well.
And then we got Denver. They will still have two-time MVP Jokic. So next season will just come
Jamal
down to
Murray coming back and Porter.
Yeah, are healthy. They are contenders. If not, they're probably a 6 or 7 seed again. How about the Grizzlies? So far, at least Memphis will be running it back with more or less the same squad that that claimed the second seed last season. The Grizzlies do have a lot of potential trade assets and could move for another star to put around Ja Morant when fully healthy. I think the Pelicans are on par with the team talent-wise, but the Grizzlies are a very good team with solid chemistry and a chance to get better. How about the Timberwolves? Wolves made the biggest splash of the offseason, added Rudy Gobert to a team that was pretty good last season. Will he gel with Big Cat? Will Anthony Edwards make another leap and become a legitimate superstar? The team could be a contender next season for sure, and will look to move into the top half of the Western Conference. And then, of course, the contenders and final predictions. And these three teams will be picked up at the top of the Western Conference. They got the Clippers there. It all comes down to help with the Clippers. That's the big part of their game. One of the deepest rosters in the NBA, but are built around guys who have not stayed healthy much. You get Leonard back, and adding John Wall should make the Clippers one of the teams to beat in the West, but they have to stay healthy.
Everybody get hurt. All three of them dudes.
Yeah, that Paul George, Leonard, and John Wall, very fascinating. Plus the bench that they had, and the coaching. But my goodness, that's a risky team. And of course, you look at Phoenix. The Suns could potentially implode next season, but they have the best. They had the best record in the league, so they have to be mentioned in this group, especially after retaining DeAndre Ayton. So the Pelicans gave the Suns all they could handle in the playoffs, and would love to get another crack at them next season, just in the later round. And then, of course, G State, the defending champs, will run it back with the core with the additions of Wiseman, another year of growth in their young guys until someone knocks off Curry, and the Warriors are the team to beat in the West, according to Kellen Strauss. So where does that leave New Orleans? It's hard to see the Pels knocking off the three teams above if they are healthy at full strength, but they could be easily. I think they can beat the Clippers at full strength. Come on, bro. And also they can beat the Phoenix Suns. I don't know what you're talking about. And Golden State would definitely be a problem. But I do think they will make the leap from a playing group into the top 6 of the Western Conference. But as you can see, it's not going to be easy. Just about every team in the West has gotten better this offseason. No, and listen, I ain't trying to crap down on none of these other teams or any other people's team, DC, to be honest with you. But there are none built like the Pelicans. I know I like the Clippers, and how we battled the Clippers in the play-in, and of course you get Leonard back and John Wall and all those guys, and it's fascinating. I do like that matchup. Phoenix Suns, to me, I think the Pelicans can handle the Phoenix Suns, and the Golden State Warriors are that team up there that you have to show some sports. But if you have Zion Williamson, B.I., Big V, Herb, and all that in our bench together, and Willie and getting better with his philosophy and taking advantage of the strengths that the Pelicans have, it'll be a tough task for any one of these teams to compete with the Pelicans. They are complete, just as one of the most complete teams in the NBA. So let's talk about this, DC. Where does the Pelicans fit amongst the ranks of the Western Conference people?
Well, I mean, I've been asked this question several times, and I ain't changing, man. Number 2. I see the Pels being number 2 for the simple fact I'm anticipating Memphis still being pretty good, but I think they take a slight step back, not far, maybe like 4th seed or whatever. Clippers have an opportunity to jump in at 3, possibly something like that. I see the Suns, they got an asterisk by them to me, as well as Dallas, man, because of internal issues and things they have going on, man. It's too much drama around the Suns. People talking about their media day, how it's like a funeral. DeAndre Ayton isn't talking to Monty Williams. It's just a lot of drama. If they won a championship together, I maybe could look at that different, because, that's a special thing. But the fact that the Suns, they went to the finals, never really done it. Chris Paul, at some point, I think, is not going to be able to sustain the same level of play consistently from night to night basis. Or you already saw what happens when he got to play games too close together. He give you a good game, and them legs just gone. And then he'll give you another good one after 2 or 3 more when you seen in the playoffs, and they lay the egg against Dallas and the way they went out like that, man. So the Suns, I'm anticipating a huge drop off. Still probably a playoff team, but they might be hovering around 6 or 7. They're gonna have some lumps, man. It's gonna take them a while to get going. Dallas, they're creating a sticky situation with themselves with the whole Christian Wood thing. Not sure if he's really buying into being a 6 man. Again, you got more drama. They didn't do much else to improve. Brunson, I think, is a bigger loss than people are anticipating with Dallas. Still a good team, but I see the Pels as being better than them. Minnesota Timberwolves are another team I'm looking at. No asterisk, pretty good team, but ain't no telling what they're really going to do. See them as a playoff team. Still see the Pels as better than them. Golden State, I see them definitely as number one, man. I mean, they won the championship. They're improving, addition by subtraction from Wiseman being subtracted last year. Now he's being added this year. So they subtracted him last year, won a championship, got him on the team this year. Hopefully he can stay healthy for them and pretty much still would see them as dangerous even without him. But him being an added addition, I'm looking at the defense, like what he can do there. You're not really going to need him to be like a 20-10 guy offensively. He's probably definitely going to get some boards, but if he just adds another dimension to the Warriors defense, you're looking at an extremely tough team to beat with everything they do. Stephen Curry ain't getting no younger, but man, shooting is the one thing that don't really age. So, the babyface assassin still going to be that guy. But the Pels sitting right there at number 2, man. To me, Zion coming back with the added experience we have was set up for an explosion, similar to what you saw the Memphis Grizzlies do. Didn't see them improve a lot. That's why I don't see them being able to hold on that 2 spot. If Ja gets hurt, is Tyrus Jones still there, or did they lose him in free agency? That would be a good question. See if they had somebody who could come in when Ja gets hurt, because he always gets banged up with those little nagging injuries. But I think the Clippers might actually be a tougher team than them this year. I think this is the year that Kawhi, PG, Paul George, all those guys get it together. Um, and we all know what the Pels can do with a healthy Clippers team. We've seen this before. We've beaten the Clippers when they were at their best. So definitely not scared of them. I see us winning somewhere around 50 something games, man. I don't see the Pels in the 40s. I guess if we have some type of collapse and I'm wrong, we're not the 2 seed. The lowest I could possibly see them being is maybe 46 wins. But I'm anticipating the Pels winning around 50 something games, man. In the 60s, I don't know. That would be really nice. But the West is not as strong, I think, as they were last year. And I think it's for the taking, man. So it's all up to the Warriors to see who's going to take it. And I forgot to mention the Denver Nuggets. That's another team that could be high up there, 3-4 seed somewhere. You got Jamal Murray coming back. Jokic is 2-time MVP. He's been doing all the heavy lifting by himself, man. I think it only gets easier when you add guys like Murray and Porter to come back to give that guy some help. And they still have a nice bench and other core role pieces as well. So the Denver Nuggets is one of those teams that maybe a lot of people won't talk about, but they're going to be better than they were last year. So they're a pretty tough team. And one of the few teams up here that we mentioned, other than the Warriors, that the Pelicans have a problem with. It's not that we never beat them, but we have no answer for Jokic, man. And I don't think nobody else in the league does either. Portland and Sacramento to me are kind of in similar boats unless we see some type of Herculean effort from Dame Lillard. Definitely can't count them out. So maybe they are a playoff team, but in what way are they going to be better than the Pels? I think they'll be respectable. A lot of people are low on the Lakers. I know we all want the Lakers to be a team that's probably not going to make the playoffs, but as much as I want to say that, I don't believe it. But I don't think they're going to be like a top tier seed. But I think the Lakers will make the playoffs, man. They'll be around that 7-8 range somewhere with the Phoenix Suns. And they go ahead and get it done. Sacramento will be on the outside looking in, to me, in my opinion, possibly Portland as well. And I don't know if I missed anybody, but if I did, they're probably not important. Sorry, Houston.
Now, why the hell we be talking about the Houston team?
Some people believe that, oh, we got the talent. They young. They gonna get it together. Jalen, what his name is? Green. Green came in and he playing defense now. And blah, blah, blah. You know, some people really believe that, man. If I was a Rocket, I guess I'd be trying to believe that too.
I mean, they got interesting young players.
They got some talent.
Porter Jr. and Jalen Green is special looking. They got Jabari Smith there, which was a big, and then they feeling good about their center. They like them, but you got guys off the bench like JCI and Tate. These are hustle guys. You know, Ty Washington is on that squad, so we got to see how these guys look. But you know, I think Houston got a long way to go before we even start talking about it.
I don't know, man. I just feel bad for their coach, man. Every time I see that dude, he look like he done got 4 or 5 months older, bro. Well, 4 or 5 years older. I say months. Man, that dude looks so young and spry when he first got that job, man. He got bags and shit under his eyes.
You talking about
man, be looking depressed.
Paul Silas.
Paul Silas' son. Yeah, man. I'm like, damn, that shit taking a toll on him, man. He might kill that man.
Nah, he should have knew that. Well, he thought, what he thought he was gonna get. He thought he was gonna get
James Harden.
Yeah.
That's what they sold him on when he went to office, man, to get the job. He thought he was gonna have Harden, bro. Yeah, Harden, and then you got the number 2 pick. Yeah, I take the job. I can make something happen with that.
Yep. Man, totally
James Harden said, hold my beard. Got the fuck out of there.
They got some nice weapons, though. I mean, but they still need some more help, man. They still got to keep building, man. The type to get back in that thing. But good players, man. Porter Jr. and Green and Smith. That's a good 3, to be honest with you. And we'll see what Paul Silas. Stephen Silas is his name. His name is Stephen Silas. What he could be able to do with that kind of situation. But we'll let Houston handle their own goddamn team. We got the Pelicans here. We know how it felt to lose, and it's their turn. They turn to start losing some games, and it's our time to start winning some games. So you can see right here the Pelicans depth chart. That front, look at that front 5 family: McCollum, Ingram, Jones, Zion Williamson, and Valanciunas. My goodness. Backups: DC, Jose Alvarado. Got to throw Dyson Daniels in that thing. Trigger Trey Murphy, Larry Nance, Jackson Hayes up in that thing. My goodness, bro. And then you still got
Herman Gomez. You got to say him in case Jackson Hayes let us down, bro.
Billy Hernan Gomez is there. Najee Marshall. And then toward the back end, you got guys like KLJ once he gets healthy, and even Devontae Graham in whatever limited role whatever he brings to the team.
I think Devontae might start off with some decent minutes, man. I mean, it's in our best interest that he plays well. We definitely want to get that contract off the books, and I think they're gonna give him opportunity. And to be honest, when you look at a guy like we all wanted what's the little brother from Utah? Everybody was like, oh, we ought to get him. Not Bogdanovich, but it's the other little guy, man. Jordan Clarkson. We all want Jordan Clarkson. Well, I mean, that's kind of what Devontae Graham is. If we put him in that role, you know what I mean, he might surprise some people. If you just go out there and tell him to get some buckets off the bench, I think he's fully capable to do that, especially if we do anything close to running Zion with the second unit sometimes. He can hit wide open shots, man, and he can get a bucket. So Devontae Graham's definitely going to get some minutes, man, and the Pelicans are probably wanting him to do that to increase his trade value so they can bring a guy like Dyson Daniels along slowly.
Yeah, DC, you know what they say there in Willie's system, man, the best way to get on the floor is through your defense. Effort and defense. So, I mean, that's one thing that...
But damn, Q, so I guess you saying Devontae ain't going to get no minutes then, huh?
No, I'm just saying that's one of the ways you get on effort and defense. You know, Dyson Daniels, bro, he gives you a hell of a lot of effort.
Yeah, you right. Yeah, he going training camp and he do some Herb Jones type shit. It might be over.
And listen, we know, and that's what I was saying about like guys like with Dyson Daniels, what he brings, man.
You got too much money to not play him, though, man.
This is true, and I agree with you.
$50 million, like he's got to get out there. So we might run. They might put Devontae Graham, Dyson Daniels, and Jose out there.
I mean, Daniels is what 6'6", so I mean he got
he can play the 3.
He can play the 3 if you need him to.
Then you can have Larry Nance maybe play center and Trey Murphy, and you know maybe Jackson Hayes ain't doing enough, and they just kind of bump him back.
I mean that's the thing about the Pelicans depth chart that's really really awesome because there's so many different lineups you can look at, so many players. Like if one guy is not doing what he's supposed to, DC another guy can step in and play. Now, like I say, even Najee Marshall's improving this game, and I know ultimately if people want Garrett Temple, he's on the back end of the active roster. So, but you still got KLJ once he gets healthy and finally able to contribute. The Pelicans are loaded, man. Like I said, Dyson Daniels is there with his defense and facilitation ability. He'll find a way into the lineup. And Trey Murphy is intriguing as well. So, and hopefully Jackson Hayes, like we said, we hadn't talked about Jackson Hayes very much, but Billy really stepping his game up and putting eyes on him too.
You might be on to something with Dyson Daniels, man, because everything I read about him, you know what they say? Oh, he has such great pace and poise. When you start in a feel for the game, when you start hearing those type of words, man, them type of dudes play. They don't sit too long. When people talk about you got a good feel for the game and you got good vision and poise and patience, that's like a coach's dream. They only use that word about like great players, a really, really good one. So Dyson definitely is gonna find a way out there. But man, I hope Devontae Mama don't be talking about that dude gonna take your spot again, bro. don't do it to him. We want him the ball, you know what I mean? But you're looking at this team, bro. I guess they just gonna have to follow the formula and be what type of roster, Q?
DC's favorite is the living roster.
There you go, man. And we got to play a game by game and matchup by matchup to see certain guys get minutes.
Yeah, man. And we talked about it. The defense is a big part of it. Dyson is a tall guard that can play 1, 2, or 3 for you. He can get out there with Jose Alvarado, DC, if you need him to. I mean, he can play the 3-guard look. Remember, for many years, we tried to run a 3-guard look. You actually got a guy that can do it. So it'll be fun watching.
Boy, Alvin Gentry, he gonna be throwing some goddamn brown liquor at the TV, bro. He's seeing all these players, and if he finally can run 3 guards, and he ain't here. Oh my God, Alvin Gentry tearing his house up right now. I don't know if he's gonna be able to watch the season fully composed, bro. He gonna be so pissed.
Nah, didn't they?
All them guards we got, Q. This is a wet dream for Alvin Gentry, bro. He might have put a lineup out there with 4 guards.
That boy, I can't believe that boy had Etwan.
He'd have had Dyson Daniels playing power forward, bro.
That dude was crazy.
Kyra would have been playing shooting guard. Devontae Graham would have been playing the 3.
DC, that boy, that was a crazy little dude. That boy, boy. Good to see him gone. Yeah, he got hammered. He got
Brandon Ingram would have been as center. Dyson Daniels would have been power forward. You'd have had Devontae Graham at the 3, Kyra at the 2, and Jose Alvarado at the 1.
I tell you what, bro, it's funny, man, but it feels good. DC, we laugh about it, but we actually got a decent coach, man. We got a good deep team, man, this year. And listen, like the show is called, the Pelicans are dangerous this year because listen, depth chart and all, Willie Green improving upon his system. Zion Williamson is a bowling ball. You can't stop him. B.I., the midi champion and game all the way around. Herb is working on his outside game. Big V was working on his outside game. Looked really good in international play. CJ got paid. That forces him to level up his thing. Jose Alvarado was doing his thing as well. Trey Murphy, you already know about him. You know about Larry Nance, DC. He's 100% healthy with a full camp. He looked terrific in the playoffs, helped us out a lot in those playing games as well. Jackson is the question mark. There's always a question mark. And Jackson is it. We heard about a lot of players during the off time, even Najee Marshall. But kind of quiet on 2 players, TC. I didn't hear much from Garrett Temple, obviously, and also Jackson Hayes.
Man, Garrett Temple ended up making suits and stuff for everybody. Man, what you mean? And he getting the team together and he back in his reserve world where he should be.
I don't think
waiting for somebody to get hurt.
I don't. let me look at it up.
Man,
right
Garrett Temple about 35, 36, man. He trying to preserve his body right now. That's why you ain't hearing nothing, man. He that's our emergency break in case of emergency player, bro. They got him in the little glass in there. And just in case of an emergency, we're gonna break it and put him out there. But if we get an injury, bro, it's especially in the first couple of weeks of the season. I'm sorry to tell you, Garrett Temple gonna get some minutes. Willie
Well,
Green, love him some Garrett Temple,
I
bro.
wouldn't be surprised, bro. I wouldn't be surprised on that, man. But anyway, let's keep it going, man. We got DC and DJ. Listen, family, shout out to the flock. Appreciate each and every last one of y'all for being in this thing as well. Shout out to the family. I'm looking up this stuff about Alvin Gentry, family, about Gentry. And DC, hold on, former associate coach for staying with the organization, but in a new role. He was relieved of his coaching duties, and now he's taking a new job in the front. Oh, they just can't get this guy worse than a stack of roaches.
Man, say, Q, hold up, man. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that to Alvin Gentry, bro.
Hold on, bro. Come on, bro. Gentry was nothing but trouble for us down here.
No, but you would say all the time, if he's such a nice man, we should have him hand out tickets. Now, them people that went and found a role for him because he's such a nice guy, and you bashing him,
bro. So he was good enough, bro. So you demote. So is it they promote him from first of all?
Wait, hold up. They promote him.
So the dude is his new title is now the vice president of basketball. Oh, never mind.
Basketball. What are you in charge of the alcohol?
Hold on, y'all
wait, hold on. What's way there when you need him, bro? He in charge of the girls. Who in charge of the girls?
DC, what you
Alvin Gentry in charge of the girls?
What did you just say, bro? What did you say? I just said about Alvin Gentry.
He in charge of the alcohol.
He's a nice man, and he remember with Gail Benson. No, he's such a nice man.
Yeah.
And now say if he's such a damn nice man, then let him go out there and shake hands and give out free T-shirts and some shit. Just keep him away from the basketball, bro.
Okay.
His new title is Vice President of Basketball Engagement, and will include.
See, Q, them people was listening to you,
bro, and will include team building and helping player evaluations. Quote, utilizing his vast basketball relationship network. They made him the Vice President of Basketball Engagement.
Man, I won't be like Alvin Gentry when I grow up, dog, and just get high all day. You go in there and just drink
brown liquor all day, and some bitches
you go in there and fuck shit up, and then just get to call the shots.
Right, you get this man took a job, he failed miserably, and then you know what? Let's keep him here. Let's just make him the Vice President of Basketball Engagement. Never heard of that shit, but they obviously got a president of basketball engagement that needs a vice president. My goodness, boy! I'll tell you that boy is worse to get rid of than a pile of steroid field roaches. Boy, let me tell you something.
DB says he the chauffeur.
My goodness, basketball engagement.
Anyway, yeah, he pick up all the players from the airport. Q.
I don't think he can spend.
Hey, that'd be a bad job. He might get a DWI doing that shit.
You don't need Gentry driving nobody around. Let me tell you something. No, I never heard of that.
I couldn't believe when we did couldn't believe when we did the Pels interview. Q, they actually interviewed him in the car driving around. Look, I couldn't believe that shit.
It is right here. The family think I'm playing. Look, I'm a super. This is coming from. This is the source. KCRA. All right. It's by Greta Sarin. Alvin Gentry staying with Sacramento takes on new role with the Kings. Look, it's right here. Here go the facts. Gentry's title is now, Vice President of Basketball Engagement, and will include team building and helping with player evaluations.
So they ought to have a team full of guards pretty soon.
Could you believe that? I told y'all, man, that is crazy. That's crazy, man. That dude failed his ass off up there, and they promote him up to the president.
I know what got him the job.
I'm cool with it, as long as he stays his ass away from here. That's bottom line.
He went in there. He told them people, "I told y'all shouldn't have traded Halliburton," and they said, "You know what? You're right." And he gave them that look he do with that serious face. I told y'all shouldn't have traded Halliburton with them bloodshot alcohol eyes. I was like, damn, Al Gentry might be on to something, bro. Right then, bro. They thought about promoting him, Q. Because Halliburton was over there balling with the Pacers. And goddamn well, one thing Alvin Gentry wouldn't have did, he wasn't letting no good guard go. You know that. He would have had, the people going to have 75% of their salary cap tied up in guards. That's what they about to get.
Hey, buddy boy right there, DC. There you go. He fired up. There he is with his purple shit on. There he is. Boy, man.
I miss Alvin Gentry though, bro. That was some funny ass shit there, bro.
Yeah, Alvin Gentry was.
He gave me at least one moment every game, bro, while I bust out laughing, bro. Every game. If it wasn't during the game, it was during one of them damn interviews.
There you go, DC.
It's a dumpster fire. Remember that boy wore that That's All Folks shirt on AD?
All right. Anyway, look, family, just to let y'all know. We're gonna bring
Andy Davis gonna be playing center.
We're gonna
how you feel about that, Andy Davis? I guess I'm playing center.
No, he did. That's not. When he signed Julius Randle.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, you're right.
And they were asking him about that because he was on the press conference, and he said when we found out they were signing Julius Randle, his reaction was, "Well, I guess I'm playing center." That's what he said.
Hold up, man. Y'all can't tell me who I miss. I do miss Alvin Gentry. I miss him for
he misses him to making fun of
him. I don't miss shit he did as a basketball coach. I just miss all the good times we had laughing at his ass.
DC, it's for you, bro. This for you before we get going, bro. This is
what we got, bro.
This after the ball game tonight.
They play well and won the game. I'll leave it at that.
Had some energy at the start, Coach, up 10-2. When did the game start to change for you there after the 10-2 start?
Well, when we lost AD. I mean, obviously that changed everything. So, he did exactly what we told him to do: take the ball strong to the basket.
It was an emotional game on both sides, wasn't it, Coach?
Well, I guess you can say that. I just know that we tell our big guys take the ball to the basket hard and try to create contact. I'll leave it at that.
Was there any way to change the way that you approached or attacked after the loss of Anthony in the second quarter?
Yeah, I could have stayed sober.
And everything. Obviously, you can't lose a player like that and think that things are going to be the same. The guy had 17 points in 17 minutes. So when you lose somebody like that, and if you go back and look at the history, he's played well against this team every night out. So
what did Minnesota do on their end of things that made it tough to defend tonight, Coach?
Well, Wiggins played well. I mean, he shot the ball well. Gorgie shot the ball well, and
did you watch the game, Coach?
Open guys. I thought we did a pretty good job on Jimmy Butler, and I thought we did a good job on Towns. Obviously, DeMarcus really did a good job on him. But
how many shots you think he had, Q?
Too many offensive rebounds, and
that's it.
I really think.
There you go. Boy, I'm so glad that son bitch out the door. I'll be honest with you, man. He had no answers. All right, so anyway, listen. We about to.
So, Coach, what we got to do to make the team better?
I appreciate y'all.
We got to play better
in the chat. What we're gonna do is we got a link that's pinned to the top of the chat. Actually, it's 2 links. The first link is for the family members. If you want to chime in on tonight's show, we'll give you an opportunity to jump up in there and get your thoughts on the Pelicans. And then the second link is for the PPR shop, all the latest gear and stuff that we have there as well. So use the first link to get on the show. The second link is for the shop. All right, we got DJ from the state of the Pelicans chiming in. Let's get DJ in the stream. DJ, welcome to the stream, bro. How you doing?
What's up, man? DJ, to cut his damn hair, bro. I thought you was gonna keep them dreads, bro.
DJ, unmute yourself, bro.
DJ, to cut his damn hair, man.
Unmute yourself, DJ.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's going on, people? How y'all doing?
Good, bro.
Good,
welcome
man.
on in. Good to see you.
A long time, man.
Good to see y'all too. DC, I'm gonna be looking for you tomorrow. I work tomorrow, so I'm gonna be looking for you tomorrow.
All right.
You sitting next to Big Q?
That's the plan, bro.
All right. I caught Big Q at the Saints practice.
That's right. DJ.
I was out there. I was out there when at the Saints practice with DC?
Yeah,
No, he's talking about the one in the dome.
You went to two old. Yeah, I ain't go to the one in the
The
dome.
one in the dome. That's what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
DJ had the coolest blue blaze on, man, that you could ever see, boy, up in there, boy. But go ahead, DJ. What you think? What you think about the Pelicans, my brother?
Like I said, if everybody stay healthy, of course Zion. I heard that he's uh bullying people in practice, pushing and shoving and killing people in practice. He has to stay healthy. Bottom line, the bench. I got a question. My question is, and this is like maybe like the third, the fourth lineup, if so. What if we see uh, Dyson Daniels, Trey Murphy at the 2, 3? I'm gonna go with Najee. We're just gonna say Najee Marshall, Larry Nance at the 4, and either Willie or Jackson Hughes at the 5. How do y'all like that lineup?
I don't think it's anywhere in hell that Jose Alvarado's not out there. You got to put him somewhere. You might have to play him at center or something.
Nah, I mean DC. That's just like, I mean,
Or you just saying a lineup you like?
Yeah, like the third, maybe like the fourth lineup, if so. Because Garrett Temple, I could see him getting traded in the second round for something else. So, I'm trying to get Garrett Temple out here.
Nah, he ain't going nowhere, DJ. We done made that bed. We gotta lay in it, bro. I mean, what they go give us for him? A G League player? Like what we gonna get?
You know what? I would rather that than Garrett Temple.
Cash consideration and another and taking back another player that also make $5 million.
You know what? I would actually do that. I would actually do that as well because I mean Garrett Temple, he's getting. I mean, we only have maybe 4 players that's actually 30. You got CJ.
But after this year, I think his contract is over. So I mean, he coming off the book. So they might package him in a Devontae Graham deal. But if they really like him, far as what he's doing, behind the scenes and the chemistry with the team, and if he's indeed like a Udonis Haslam for us, they might just hold on to him.
DC. No.
Well, y'all like him, my bro.
Thank you for the help, but no, thank you. But yeah, like I said, everybody has to stay healthy. The Devontae Graham thing, I have to see what he's gonna do because I know he's not starting. I have to see what he's gonna do in the second, maybe his second year with Zion or Larry Nance or his core that he didn't play with last season. If he doesn't at least attempt to score, what do you average? 11, at least 10 to 11 points a game. I say trade him. And he averaging 11.9 points a game. If he not scoring that, I say trade him. The thing with Jackson Hayes, I mean, shout out to Trey Joseph. He said trade him. Like I said, I give him a chance. He went through a lot last season. We all went through a lot last season. I still give him a chance. Like I said, but at least mid-season, if he ain't building up his potential, yeah, trade him. The Jackson Hayes, I want to see him in the post. Maybe like Alex Jensen. I miss him because he had a little mid range going. That's the only center I miss on this team was Alex Jensen because he had a mid range.
You want to miss Tyson Chandler?
He was all right when Chris Paul was there. He had the CC3 connection. He was okay. I miss him too. But Alex Jensen, but I like not to shit on everybody who we had, like David West. I mean, he really wasn't a center. He was a power forward, but I mean, y'all get where I'm going. But I
Thought
mean,
you would have
Alex
said like
Jensen.
Emeka Okafor or somebody like that.
I mean, hey, he actually he actually he actually did pretty good when he came back. I mean, he wasn't
He
as
wasn't bad.
athletic that he was, but when we needed help, and he came in and did his thing. But I mean, when you see Alex Jensen, it was like okay, he was like damn near what 7'2", 7'1", and John
Bad
Petty.
knees.
John Petty or John, whatever his name is, and he's 7'2" hitting threes. So I mean, hey,
Oh, got a question for you, DJ. Greg CTC got a question for you, bro. He said, DJ. I guess he meant who's the next Dalton Holmes type of player you want to make the roster?
That's a good question.
You know we gotta ask you, bro. You the G League king around here, man. Who next up, bro?
that is a good question. Let me see. Okay, so position wise, I'm looking at one of the guards. The wait, I don't know how to say his name, so y'all don't kill me in the chats. But ha, very funny, Big Q, very funny. Very
That ball
funny.
went way back over there somewhere, DJ.
But
That ball
yeah,
went home, man.
as far as position wise, we have a lot of guards. We will have CJ for another 4 years. If you're looking to in the near future replace him, that's a good question too. But if you're looking at position wise, I don't know. As
What
well as
just who your guy is, man? Who jersey you trying to get on the G League? That's what everybody asking, bro. Cause you was ready to bet the house on Dalton Holmes. We just trying to see guard, not guard, whoever.
hey, you
Who's
know what?
that guy
DC,
that
DC,
you, that
DC,
that we got that you feel?
DC. Hey, technically he did make the roster. They just didn't play him. Okay, so he
Okay,
technically did make the roster. But
okay.
we're not gonna talk about that. Um, don't we have like a Jatavia Smart or something like that?
Wait, who?
Uh, Jatavia Smart.
TV Smart.
He played for
He's on the
the
Birmingham squad.
no wait. I don't know. Hold on. Let me
Oh,
see.
you talking about Javon, or you talking about
Yeah,
Javon?
yeah, Javante Smart. Yeah,
Javante Smart.
He used to play for LSU.
yeah, him.
He was a player for LSU, man. That little dude got some skill, man.
Oh
That's
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
You know what? We did. We traded for him. We traded for what's our little guy, man? I liked him. I was kind of sad to see him go, man. We traded our little short guy, man. Butler, I think.
Jared Harper.
Jared Harper, not Butler. Jared Harper. We traded Jared Harper for him.
Yeah. I got my eye on him because I mean, if everybody bringing back the LSU back to the city, close back to the city, but I got my eye on him or Darian Seabrine. Like I said, I know I didn't say his name right, but that's my two key factors right now.
Okay.
Said Sebron,
Yeah,
DJ.
Seabrine and Smart.
That's not bad picks. I like
Nah,
both
not
of
at
those
all.
guys.
Not at all.
Good
Not at
eye,
all.
DJ. Yeah, that's just two good players there, bro.
All right,
So
Josh
We
says,
got a lot of good ones on the
yeah,
squadron though, man. The
yeah.
Pels are stacked.
Josh says, Petty. Tedra
Petty is
says,
another good one.
he says,
Everybody like Butler. Somebody gonna say Butler here.
mhm.
Plowden is. I like Plowden too. I really like a lot of IG League guys, man.
Yeah, Plowden is another dude that shows some stuff too. So yeah,
Hey,
we
can we
looking
trade
pretty
Even
good.
what was the brother who we was clowning him during the summer league, and man, he must have heard. He started turning around. He looked pretty damn good too. What was his name, man? Look, he was about 6'6", 6'7". They had him playing center. What's that guy's name, man?
I know
can't
you're a
remember.
white boy.
He played great for like that first game. He played horrible, and then like every game after that, man, he played pretty damn good. He was up in there protecting the rim at like 6'7".
Yeah, he did play good.
I can't remember his name, man. Like him too. Anyway.
Yeah, they was talking, man. It was really putting that guy out, and he started
Yeah,
playing. Most guys start getting hurt.
Family was tearing him up, bro.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, I had dogs too.
I don't remember his name.
He played well the next game. The next 3 games, he played good,
Yeah.
man. He finished
Yeah,
out the
Josh
summer
says
league on a high note.
he went to Xavier. I don't think it was C. Brown. It wasn't C.
Was it
Brown.
Tyreek Jones? Is that him? Yeah, the family saying Tyreek Jones, so that gotta be that. It wasn't C. Brown. I ain't talking about C. Brown. He ain't get a lot of burn till like the last game or two.
So
I think it was Tyreek Jones. Because I came in the next show, I was like, well, because we wasn't saying his name, we were saying his number. And I said, well, I guess we got to call him Mr. Jones now.
Oh yeah,
he started balling, bro.
Yeah, he was a Jones.
Yeah, I like him too.
My question is to DC, Big Q, and the people in the chat. Did you guys see Mekovic next year making the roster? The 52 overall pick this year.
I think it's a possibility, but
say no.
it's in the air, man. I lean more towards no than yes, because I mean Larry Nance not gonna be gone. Jackson Hayes, if we don't sign a deal with him, I think he'll be a restricted free agent. So we don't know if he's coming back. Possibly if we lose him or Billy Herman Gomez, they're definitely gonna bring him up. But I don't know, man. I guess it depends on how those guys look this year. If they want to go another year and experiment with them before they bring him up. I mean, didn't it take us like we took almost a year and a half, I think, before we brought Didi Lozada up. So I think they might follow a similar game plan with Mektovic. He's like an emergency in case Billy Herman Gomez or Jackson Hayes don't work out.
You know, he giving me the vibe of dude we had not Nicola Meritage. The other one, Nicola Miller. Give me Nicola Miller vibe.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see that.
You talking about that sorry ass, slow ass, 9 3-point shooting ass?
Man, this dude athletic, DJ.
I mean,
jump out the gym, man.
You're cramming on your head, bro.
And he got a decent little shot too. He ain't no supposed 3-point shooter like we thought Melly was, but he definitely could shoot it a little bit. And he's supremely athletic. So I don't see a connection between them two.
We need
other than maybe their name.
Hashtag Meritage. We need Meritage back. That was a good little group though. Yeah, Rondo, DeMarcus, Meritage, Drew Holiday, and sad as Solomon Hill. But hey, we're not gonna talk about him.
Remember that DC on the old shows? I used to
old
play
man Solomon.
I used to play old blues music when Solomon Hill was out there.
Yeah, like I said, everybody has to stay healthy. I mean, for us to at least, have a identity of what this team going to be about. CJ got to stay healthy. Shooting wise, I mean, her I mean, Herb gonna do Herb stuff. Uh, Zion got to stay healthy. He got to know where to land, how to land. He has to stay healthy. My only thing is that JV stretched the floor out. He got to hit threes. He can hit. He one game he went 7 for 7, and that was I think at in Dallas game. He went 7 for 7. So if you could go 7 for 7, you can stretch out the floor. But yeah, like I said, this team has to stay healthy. That's the bottom line. If we stay healthy, ain't nobody beating us. If Zion doing what he doing in practice, I'm pretty sure he's gonna do that in a real game. So that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, like I agree with a lot of what you're saying, DJ, about the Pelicans. Man, health is a big part of it, and that has been the problem over the last several years. Is the health, but having Zion, what like Larry was saying, he hadn't played basketball in what 500 something days. He said. Then he
Mhm.
enters the league the year with a full camp, getting his money. All of it's just all of the small stuff that circulated around the team last year that you don't have. Remember, the season starts off, they hide the fact that he had a broken foot, then drag that out through the entire year. You have uncertainty the whole damn year of whether or not he plays, even up until when the playoffs start. We thinking he might get a game or two, and he didn't do anything, which was a good idea. But we don't have that. You don't have the uncertainty of Will Zion goes and Stephen A. Smith getting up there on TV lying, talking about he wants to get out of the city of New Orleans badly, desperately, and then he signs the deal despite the chagrin of all of them. Lying, just lying. I told y'all
Did
he
you
was
did
lying.
you see Stephen A. face when we drafted Zion? That says it
He
all,
wanted him to
right?
go to them
He
sad,
wasn't
stinking ass.
never gonna be rooting for us.
Nah, he wanted him to go to them sorry ass Knicks.
Yeah,
But the thing is, you don't have that. You don't have the media going after the Pelicans to try to detach them from just lying and insulting the man, waiting, all this other stuff. None of that is here.
well,
No, it's
they defeated them, Big Q. They
well, that's
defeated
what.
every narrative that they threw out there.
I know because nobody their bias would show if they were to go at the Pelicans. So they extended Zion. They paid CJ. They were upset about CJ coming here, or he'll be leaving. They extended CJ, so you got him. So all of these things that were like cumbersome to the Pelicans through the season don't exist anymore. That's
Right.
it. So we have they going into this thing. The energy is different. Willie has a better grasp on what's going on during the season. You got all that going on. So ultimately, they go into it with a clear slate. Everybody's healthy, full camp, and it feels different. Nothing's in their way, so they have to respect our mind. So the Pelicans are definitely dangerous. So not only that, but just the bench too. Remember, we had these thoughts about whether Josh Hart, when they got rid of Josh Hart, could they uh, keep that mentality, that hustle mentality in the building, and they did. Jose Alvarado. You found Jose, you found all these other guys. Trey Murphy is a different player than what he was. And a lot of guys have taken their game to another level. So Pelicans have several first round draft picks that have yet to pay dividends that's on the bench. They are
Right.
loaded, man, in so many ways, man. And they talking about the Golden State Warriors, and rightfully so. G State got it going on. But the Pelicans are here, baby. The Pelicans are the future. They're the future. We try to tell them blind bastards. Now they singing our praises now after we tried to show them. I tried to told you. Even when we didn't look like nothing, I told you we was gonna be here. So I mean, at the end of the day, man, we serious business. So anyway, let's answer a couple of questions from the chat. Throw it in there, fam. Then we'll dirk out as we getting close to our hour and 30-minute
And
mark.
nobody ain't coming in here.
Yeah, we
Who
about to
that
shut
said
it
they're
down.
gonna beat them Pelicans?
All right, all
Who that?
right, all
All
right.
right. So 504 Fresh asked the question for our panel. Who's the sixth man? DJ, I'm gonna let you answer that one. Then DC, you can follow.
Oh, who's the sixth
Who's the
man?
sixth
All
man?
right. So your starting lineup is CJ, Herb, Bi, Zion, JV. Your sixth man. Me personally, if we need like maybe a steal or two, maybe three. I'ma go with Jose Alvarado. If you need more shooting or uh, like a Larry Nance or Trey Murphy, who that I don't know. My six man is Jose Alvarado.
Jose
Bottom
Alvarado.
line, yeah.
Okay, six man. DJ says Jose is the man. For the six man off the bench. I'm gonna go with Trigger Trey Murphy. I think Trey Murphy would be my call. DC, what say you, bro?
I say trigger happy, man. Trigger happy about to be shooting all over the place. He got a sniper rifle now. You know, talking about he's shooting all type of threes from the 4 point line. The dude then put on 15, 14 pounds of muscle, something like that. He didn't grew an inch. We already knew he was dunking on people's head. He been working on his dribble pull up game all off season. So I'm gonna go with Trey Murphy, man. I don't never hear Willie Green say anything about Trey Murphy needing to work more on offense. What they're concerned about with him now is to see if they can get him to defend multiple positions. And to me, that sounds like they're anticipating on giving him a gang of minutes. So there you go. That's your six man right there.
Like I
Jose
said,
Alvarado ain't a bad pick though. You
No,
know,
he ain't.
I see what you're seeing with that too, DJ, because Jose would have been one of the other guys I definitely would have picked because of what I saw from him in the playoffs. I mean, Jose, Herb, and Trey, man, were like they were crucial to us winning, those playoff games. If we didn't, you take away one of those guys, and we might have not won. And we could have Herb and Trey and take away Jose Alvarado, still might have not won. He made a lot of crucial plays down the stretch and throughout the game as well.
All
like I
right,
said, I mean, it all depends on how you. It depends on uh pretty much the starters. I mean, if you subbing in guard wise, it's either Devontae Graham. Nah, keynote. This is the keynote. Let's just say height
It's
wise.
probably gonna be Devontae to start out the season, though. I mean, if you throwing his name out there for money purposes and trying to up his trade value, he might be the first guy to come off the bench. That's
As
not
far as like
inaccurate either.
height, I mean height wise, like I mean you're not gonna stick. Uh, let's just say uh who I'm just gonna go with Jose Alvarado. Let's just say you're not gonna uh bring out Jose Alvarado and go put him on Spencer Dinwiddie or like some of the taller guards that's out there. So you want to match up. I'm not saying put Dyson Daniels out there, but you could put like a Najee. It depends on height wise.
Depending on the matchups, huh?
Yeah, it depends on the matchup.
all
Like
right.
they
Let's
back,
keep.
like they back up.
All
All
right,
right.
thank you, DJ. Let's keep it moving. We're gonna answer two more, then we'll shut it down. KB Flame, shout out to you. Is there any chance? Is there any chance that y'all see Dyson Daniel winning Rookie of the Year or even Sixth Man of the Year?
Ooh,
You go ahead and answer it first, DJ.
oh, wow, so put it on me, huh? So shout out to DC. Um, the crew that we have, I see him winning. Uh, well, maybe rookie of the year because our six. I mean, if you trying to do with the six man, like bring up to the six man spot, maybe, but I don't see that. I mean, maybe rookie of the year. So yeah, my thing is rookie of the year because I mean we have our six man, which is either Jose, Devontae, Trey Murphy, Larry. Well, I don't think Larry is getting that, but hey, don't judge the book by its cover. But yeah, if my thing is rookie of the year,
I don't see him winning either. I think he's capable to be the rookie of the year, not the six man. But I don't think he'll get it due to opportunity. I see the Pels possibly bringing him along slow, only because of the log jam that we have at guard. If we didn't have so many guards, then possibly he's probably going to be the cream that rises to the top, obviously. But you got to give a guy like Kyra a chance. Devontae Graham has to get minutes and play for the sake of the money he's making and us possibly trading him. Jose Alvarado has earned it. You have to give that guy minutes. Then you also have CJ, you know what I mean? And then you're looking at a guy like Herb Jones and everything he did, and he couldn't even get rookie of the year consideration. Um, I don't see Dyson Daniels being able to break that mold because he just doesn't have the ability to be able to get into the starting lineup. The one caveat is if we suffer a major injury, I think he's a guy maybe during the middle of the season that you could see them push to the starting lineup if one of our main guys in the starting lineup get hurt. You could see a guy like Dyson Daniels potentially sneak in there and get a spot.
I mean, if Dyson Daniels gonna play the last role with Zion and G, hey, but of course, CJ got that. But I mean, like you said, CJ or somebody has to get hurt for Dyson Daniels to actually potentially get in there. But Kyron, though, this team got more guard than I believe in the entire NBA. Like Kyra, CJ, if you want to include Dyson, uh, Jose, Trick or Trey, we got guards like that can play more positions though. Like Trick or Trey, he what 6'9", 6'10". Jose, 6 foot, 6'1". Devontae Graham, 6 foot. CJ, 6'3". Like that guards with size. I mean, hey, like I said, everybody got to stay healthy. Shout out to me, Lynn Glenn God 504. It says Big Q DC DJ. What do you think about the league changing the rule on players being fouled and transactions? Think the Pels will benefit. Um,
Absolutely. I think they'll benefit too.
I would definitely think about
Yeah,
benefit.
Big time.
I think if you were watching the practice tape, you should get it. They had Zion working on free throws because he gonna be the main one getting a lot of them. I mean, they might. I think because of the Pels actually consider at some point upping it from 1 point to 2 points because you give Zion a free throw in possession as opposed to a 360 dunk or his trademark putting the ball damn near all the way to the bottom of his shoe and slamming it down and the crowd going crazy. They're gonna take that foul every time. As long as they possibly can until they get close to getting in the bonus or in the bonus, like it's a great rule to have and it's gonna benefit us. And a lot of the aspects of us thinking we need more 3-point shooting, maybe the Pels are also thinking about this rule and that being a major staple of their game because we got a lot of young guys. We're gonna be able to run. So I think we're gonna be one of the main teams that you see this filing and transition thing, enforced on, unless teams decide to play it a different way and just let guys get the points, which I don't see that for a team like the Pels because it's just too much excitement and it'll swing the momentum of the game too much. To you got a guy like Zion, not only him, Bi is a hell of a dunker too. They don't want him in transition. You don't want to see a guy like Trey Murphy get an open lane either. So I think a lot of our guys probably get fouled in transition because the Pels are definitely going to be running.
Go ahead, DJ.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off of DC as well. Of course, especially who's ever on the floor, we just gonna say CJ and Zion or Ingram or fast break. And you mean to me? But I mean that wouldn't make no sense either way. But I mean that. I mean, you shoot the free throw and then you stick it the ball back. So not something we still might finish off with an alley hoop or it may be a 4 point play pretty much if you look at it. Because if we in transition, y'all, You go to the line, shoot the free throw. All right, bang. Stick the ball back. Let's just say inbound to CJ hit a three. You just lost off a 4-point play, pretty much. So I definitely think we're gonna benefit off it. ABQDC, can you guys stream live for practice tomorrow? I'm gonna let them two handle that. I'm gonna be in my gold vest and with my name tag, and I'm gonna be standing there watching as well, looking at tickets and make sure y'all going right. But yeah, go ahead, DC and BQ.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna stream some of it, Lexo. I'm gonna do a little live streaming from inside the building tomorrow. Maybe about 20 minutes of it. You know, give a take on it at the building, at live at the arena.
With
You know,
the embarrassing part where they when they embarrass the rookies.
Well, you know, we'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll do like a little 20-minute stream there from the game, kind of showing some stuff and going from there. So yeah, I'll do a little bit of that tomorrow, Alexa. So I'm not sure if they probably ain't gonna show most of that stuff on it, but we'll have a little some information on that. We'll put some video up there for the family.
I have a question myself. Are you guys, BQ and DC, are you guys going to the first Pelican home game? Because I will be in there. I don't know where I'm sitting at, but I will be in there. And I want to enjoy the game with somebody I know.
Go ahead, DC.
As of this moment right now, I hadn't planned on going.
Gotta get
DC out of the
car.
You gotta go
see what the schedule look like. Oh yeah, we're gonna go to a game, but I hadn't planned on going to the first game.
The first one. Yeah, we're gonna have to look at that thing, bro. You know, I gotta get my schedule right. But
me and him be moving two different ways sometimes with certain stuff. So definitely, if I'm gonna go, I like to go with Big Q. So
yeah,
gotta line it all up.
I think the first home game is what is that the Jazz matchup? Is that the Jazz?
No,
DJ?
It's against the Brooklyn, man. It's actually a very good game. I would want to go to that game.
Is it Brooklyn?
If I could.
I don't think Brooklyn's the home.
It's Brooklyn.
No, it ain't.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna be in town. I'm not.
No, it's
not
not
sure.
Brooklyn. Let me see if I can get it. I thought isn't it the Jazz?
We played the Nets. No, we played the Nets for our first game, I believe. Huh?
No,
the Jazz. I thought was like
that's away, bro.
Oh, the first home game. Okay, yeah, that's away.
Yeah, you gonna go to Brooklyn for the first game? I guess that ain't tough traveling when you used to going back and forth off the island. The first home game is October the 23rd at Utah.
No, don't knock me because I'm an international player.
Well, I'm not knocking you. I'm just knocking your goddamn internet.
Well, you know, everybody don't always have all these fancy people y'all got. You know, AT&T done let me down.
We don't have all this
done let me
technology.
down. You know, I might try something else. But people I got right now, man, you know, it's a stretch sometimes, bro. But I'd have been let down by all the major internet companies, all this traveling I be doing.
Yeah, you're currently on Horizon, so I understand what you're talking about.
All right, I'm not on Horizon, bro.
Yes, you are. You definitely.
I might as well not do nothing when the sun go down.
We was an hour late because of DC's fancy internet, man. So
man, hold up, don't blame all that on me because I say the time and you wasn't there.
Look at
I say the time and you wasn't there, bro.
You pointing at the screen? You real pixely.
Pointing at you. I ain't pixelated. Stop lying,
boy. You look like you belong on the Nintendo 64, boy. I swear. Anyway, I'm gonna holler at y'all, fam. We go. Listen, that'll do it for the Pelican Post Game Report. I'd like to appreciate everybody for stopping by the Pelican Post Game Report. Give a like, man. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber, and feel free to share the Pelican Post Game Report on your social media feed with other family members up in this thing, man. Like we said, tomorrow we'll be in the building for the practice for the Pelicans. We'll have some live footage in this game. DC, I really don't need a backdrop there. I know you kind of beating the drums.
I do because I guess what.
So that much love to the fam. Thank y'all, man. Check out the Pale shop and the links in the description section below for all the latest Pale merchandise, man. We got a few collections that's there for the family members to check out, man, and all kind of stuff for all your PPR gear. We got it for you in the link in the description section below. So much love to the fam. And as we get ready to tune out of this thing, let's let DJ close out the stream. Go ahead, DJ.
There you go.
The phrase that pays. Oh yeah, let's go. Shout out to New Orleans Pelicans. As this with the background music.
That boy all off beat, bro. that DC don't have no rhythm, man.
Man, it's on the delay.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Tell the people, if you're not a Pelican fan, tell them in the New Orleans Pelicans accent to get the flock out of here and go flock yourselves.
All right, fam. Much love to y'all. Thank y'all for chiming in. We're gonna hit y'all later on the next Pelican Post Game Report. Peace and go Pels.
Post-game report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and who that too.